All right, we're back with Block 3 of Inside Tennessee, and now we want to talk about some of the high-name folks that are going to be coming, visiting East Tennessee. It's kind of nice to get some attention, some love from sort of the people with a higher profile. Don Bosch, from the Democratic point of view, tell us about some of the people you're hearing are coming, or we know are coming.
Sure. Just tomorrow, we're going to see Dr. Jill Biden, the wife of President Biden, of course, coming through on an educational tour through several states through this region, along with Secretary of Education Miguel Cardoza. Again, very important emphasis on education and what we can do to restart our educational programs after the lockdown and the difficulties we've had with learning through the COVID crisis. You know, previously we had seen Senator Doug Jones, former Senator Doug Jones, an incredibly well thought of individual, still well thought of, shepherded President Biden's pick for the Supreme Court. I'll let Susan speak to the fine Republicans coming through and juxtaposed to the Democrats that might be coming through.
Susan, that's your cue.
Yeah, well, Nikki Haley, former governor of South Carolina, was here for a fundraising event for Congressman Burchett, and she always has a good turnout when she gets to town. We're having our Lincoln Day dinner, and we can talk a little bit more about that, but the Colorado congressman, who's a little bit controversial, Brobart, is coming for that. And then there is a surprise announcement coming, but we may get the governor of Florida up here for a fundraising event, Ron DeSantis. And I think a lot of people are really excited about him, to get to meet him. I think he's got an incredible resume to be president of the country. Right now, he's running for re-election as governor, running against Charlie Crist, who is a Republican and became a Democrat. But yeah, we've got good folks coming through here too, and I always look forward to meeting some of our fine Republicans.
Ron DeSantis.
Susan, if I could ask, I'm sorry, John.
No, go ahead.
Are you considering Lauren Boebert to be one of your fine Republicans? Because there are some good people, but I'm not sure she makes the list.
Well, let's talk about that, okay? I did some research on her because, you know, I knew this was going to come up. She was raised by a Democrat mother on welfare. She got a job as an assistant manager of McDonald's, dropped out of high school to earn enough money to try to help support her family. She's had an incredibly difficult background and experiences. And for someone like that to be elected to Congress is pretty astounding. And I want to give her kudos for that. I think we...
Are you going?
I haven't decided.
Going?
I haven't checked my schedule yet on that day.
Oh.
I may go. I may want to meet this woman. I'm impressed with her story. And yes, she is a very big supporter of the NRA and is a gun activist and all of that. But when I did research on her for this show, I really thought a little bit deeper about who she is and why I might want to go see her.
So, Don, are you going to go?
The same research, yeah. And while I appreciate her upbringing, it does not justify her rhetoric, her philosophy, her hate, frankly, her threats that she's made to other members in Congress. And I would say the same thing if a Democrat had done the same thing.
Lauren Boebert, could Matt Gaetz be next?
That might be the only thing worse.
What about Donald Trump? Seriously, are there any chances he came here in the fall of 2015, drew an enormous crowd, which was one of the first signs about what kind of support he had. What about him coming back to Tennessee anytime soon?
Haven't heard anything about him coming. I can remember that I drove downtown and I thought I might go, and there were 30,000 people standing out on the sidewalks in downtown at the convention center, and turned around and went home, but I did watch it on television. Now, you're right, John. That was the first time I think that I took his candidacy seriously. And as you know, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger on these rallies that he does. It wouldn't surprise me if he comes to Tennessee, but I haven't heard anything about that thus far.
Well, he might need an exception to his criminal bond by the time he gets here. So
I was impressed at the turnout. Just going back to Lauren Boebert, there was one tweet. By the way, if you're interested in some entertaining tweets, hers is a good Twitter feed to follow. Good morning to everyone except for Liz Cheney, who gets thrown into the trash heap of irrelevance today. Well, Liz Cheney did lose her primary race up in Wyoming. All right, we are coming back for the fourth block, the final block of Inside Tennessee on this Sunday morning, and we appreciate you watching.